It is now my pleasure to introduce our speaker representing graduate programs at the School of Management. Kimberly Brower is graduating with an MS in accounting after completing her BS in accounting last year. During her time at Binghamton, Kimberly has been a member of the Binghamton University Cheer Team, Discovery Center, and Pipe Dream, and has held leadership positions with both PwC Scholars and Alpha Kappa Psi Professional Business Fraternity. She has also served as an intern for President Stenger's Roadmap team and also for the Binghamton University admissions area. And she has been a teaching assistant for 3 different classes. Kimberly was a member of the PwC Tax Competition National Finalist Team and the winning team for the Zenith Applied Marketing Research Competition. She has completed internships with Euro RSCG and PwC and will be joining PwC full-time in the fall.
Thank you, Dean Babinski, and thank you, Mom, Justin, Stephanie, Grandma, the rest of my amazing friends and family that have really helped me to get to this point today. I'm going to be honest with you. What I'm going to share with you all today is the product of rewrite after rewrite, and this is not the first, second, or third commencement speech that I've written. But as I search for that one piece of advice, that one story, or that one quote, I just really hope that it would be something that would apply to the audience, maybe get a few laughs, and somehow have you leaving today thinking just a little bit differently about life. But what I discovered after weeks of trying to write this, other than the fact that my sister really is the only funny one in the family, is that nothing in life is ever 100% perfect or right or complete. Life isn't meant to go exactly according to any master plan, but when you surround yourself with the right people, there's no detour that you can't handle. Life is busy. The SOM way is to be as involved in as many things as possible, balance excelling in your schoolwork, leading in the community, and then finding some time to make it down to State Street 1, 2, a few times a week. Among our class, we have presidents of SA chartered organizations, captains of D1 athletic teams, active members of Greek life, students with full-time jobs, and so much more. While some might falter under the pressures and expectations that have become so commonplace in our lives, we take them as challenges and we repeatedly exceed and excel. Over 85% of our graduating class has a job lined up after graduation, and the other 15% are going on to grad school, traveling, or doing something equally as exciting. I think it's safe to say that we're doing something right. But with so many things going on at once, it's not uncommon to run into the fact that life is something that you can't control. For those of you who know me, dealing with losing control is probably one of the hardest things for me. One day in June, at the end of my freshman year, my boss got a phone call while I was at my internship in New York City. I didn't really notice anything out of the ordinary at first, seeing as her phone had been ringing off the hook for most of the day as we were planning a big event, until she turned and looked at me. I could tell from the pale look in her cheeks and the slight quiver on her lip that the next sentence was just not going to be good. My dad, who had been in hospice for the duration of my freshman year, was not doing well, and I had to get home as soon as possible. I'll never forget how I frantically hailed a cab from the middle of Madison Avenue and then sat on the LIRR and willed it to go that much faster. It wasn't until that moment that I learned that every second of time is more valuable than gold, because sometimes you can't change what's happening, and sometimes all you want to do is just take that hand that you've been dealt, shuffle it up, and try again. Now take that combination of being busy and losing just a little bit of control, and you might end up with the realization life is messy, but no mess is ever too big to clean up with a little help from the right people. When I returned back to Binghamton in the fall after my dad passed away, I was amazed by what welcomed me back. Faculty and staff like Debbie Bundy, Chris Whitney, and Professor Camlet, who not only helped me to stay on top of my schoolwork and became part of my family away from home, pushed me to continue to try new competitions, take challenging classes, and most importantly, and hardest for the stubborn Italian in me, learn to ask for help when I really needed it. My friends from groups like PwC Scholars, cheerleading, and Alpha Kappa Psi provided that extra nudge on days when I didn't think it was possible to get out of my bed to make it to my 8:30s, and on those nights when I didn't want to go out at all. Amazingly enough, in a school as competitive as SOM, no one wanted to capitalize on my vulnerability, and everybody around me wanted all to do with forming a support system to help me pass that path of normalcy and over any hurdle to success. It was then that I learned that bold and brilliant Binghamton was not just some clever alliterative marketing strategy. It was a way of life. I was surrounded by courageous and amazingly intelligent faculty, staff, and peers that were filled with integrity. And in my weakest moment, SOM had made me feel stronger and more invaluable than ever. Life is filled with amazing people. We, class of 2014, are so fortunate to be surrounded not only by our fellow graduating students, but by an expansive alumni network brimming with successful leaders and role models to not only aspire to be like, but to learn from. Though today marks the end of our time here as students, just remember, throughout the ups and downs of life, you will always have a Bearcat in your corner. Whether you're looking for career advice or assistance, a friendly shoulder to lean on in the time of need, or someone help you to explain to somebody else what exactly a Bearcat is, and yes, they are real, SOM ensures that your search will never have you turning up empty-handed. And odds are, if you're graduating from a Big Four, someone will just be a ping away. So I've talked a lot about things that life is and life isn't. But I think that the most important thing to note is that life moves forward, and fast. Think about your earliest memory. For me, it's kicking and screaming and fighting with my mom to let me wear my Cinderella princess dress to preschool for the third day in a row, because yes, Mommy, I am a princess. While that one memory may feel so far away, think back to your Binghamton First College memory. For me, it's the night that my friends and I went down to State Street and discovered that 9 p.m. is just a little bit too early to be looking for something to do, and that wandering aimlessly in the dark never leads to anything very good. While that night feels like just days ago, I've started to learn that as we grow older, life moves that much faster. Life will keep on moving with or without us, and our time spent in the School of Management has not only led us with the tools to combat any problem that comes our way, but to rise up in its face and send it packing. So to bring us back to why we're all here today, we're here to celebrate every all-nighter in Bartle, every exam that required weeks, if not months of preparation, every event that was planned to a T, every time we were ready to give up and someone pushed us that much further, and every time we were that person helping someone else to reach their full potential. So now, while the cheerleader and me would love to lead you all in the fight song to close, the cheer team was busy, so I'll leave you all with this instead. Life is up to you. Congratulations, class of 2014, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.